Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this is part 6 of the Marfoogletv News Veterans Charity Fraud. So in this clip, I'm going over details of the phone call between Adam and Terry France, and I'm going to point things out. And so you can see a bigger picture of what took place during this phone call. All right, here we go.
I'm really wondering how deep this rabbit hole goes.
Would you like me to explain?
I would really love for you to comment.
I would love to hear this.
So would I.
If you have not already, it helps us out if you end up going through any of our affiliates, and it helps you out if you end up protecting yourself against cybercrime.
Now, Adam, don't you want to explain how it helps people out by getting NordVPN? Because I really doubt there is any software out there that is going to stop the government from getting into people's computers. Do you think they would allow that to be patented? Do you think they would allow something like that to be distributed amongst all the people? No. Come on, get in the boat, Adam, okay? You're out there swimming, you got your little dinghy and your little Gilligan's hat on from Gilligan's Island, you know, what's his name? Gilligan. His name I picture you with that hat on in the dinghy. You why don't you tell them how it helps them and how it helps you? It helps you because not only do you get a small portion of the funds that people purchase it from, but you're worth $6 million because Dex sold it. And he gave you money to run the program on your channel. He tried to do it in Discord. Y'all tried to do it there and they banned you for life. Because some people do have morals. But it's going to help you. And how does it help the Fugle fam? It don't. It don't. It don't help them one bit. They can use any software to stop people, the average citizen. It's not, no, there's no program out there that's going to stop the government from getting into your system, from knowing everything about you. And now that Dex is running his software through your channel, they're going to be easily found when this all goes down, Adam. Why don't you tell them the truth?
This rabbit hole is just way too deep for normal.
Is that it?
No, there's more.
NordVPN is one of the best and one of the easiest to use. If you do not have a virtual private network, it protects your IP address, which is your online identity, which actually connects to your real address and everything else. It also connects to you.
The most exciting thing to me in this field is absolutely the amount of data that's becoming available. The most exciting thing to me in this field is absolutely the amount of data that's becoming available. It's also scary.
If you know anything about how they are data logging and basically getting your profiles down, you can prevent that by having a VPN. Nord is, again, one of the easiest. Download it. It's like an on switch and off switch.
Oh, Adam, you forgot to tell your subscribers that Dex created the software that is tracking them and getting their data every time they click, particularly on your channel and your website. That's what he designed. That is the B system. That's how we are all going to be tracked. You didn't share that with them. I thought you were honest. My goodness. If you know anything about how they're getting your data and Adam, please. You worked with the guy that invented it. You know all of it. You know everything. Why are you pretending that you don't, like it's somebody else? It was Dex, Michael Strutton, that designed the software to track the entire planet when the NWO comes in. He designed it, invented it. Well, I don't know if it was while he was working with Oracle, but I don't know how long before that he was working on it. But he's in your house. He's sleeping in your bed.
Now, I'm going to introduce Terry Franz, the founder of Cars for Heroes, here in just a second. And I just want to first off introduce, again, back in 2019, we actually did a few fundraisers. Back in 2019, we actually did a few fundraisers. Back in 2019, we actually did a few fundraisers. We don't want to say anything, I guess we wouldn't be saying anything bad about the previous one we did. We did one with a fundraiser. And essentially, when we did that one, everybody actually messaged us and DM'd us and said, hey, there's a really, really great charity. It's a way better charity. Go and, end up doing a fundraiser for that one. And the one that they were talking about was Cars for Heroes.
The fundraiser before Cars for Heroes was mine, that you shut down after a few weeks so that you can start the better fundraiser, which was for you, not Cars for Heroes.
Cars for Heroes essentially gets vets into vehicles. Now, as we know, our vets are not quite taken care of, and especially by state, some of them are poorly treated, and that is something that almost all of us would like to change.
Just to be clear, you have not and will never show any of our texts in between each other to anyone, including Lena, any of the mods, anyone who has not signed an NDA with Marfoogletv LLC. Is that something I can believe that you are saying?
If you don't break the law, then no, I won't show those texts.
What do you mean if I don't break the law?
That's how that works. If you're going to break the law.
So here is where Adam is going to talk about Cars for Heroes. And in the next few clips, I want you to pay attention to his body movements when he takes a drink. Look at the relief that he has, that he got away with it. I will point it out as we go. And as they say, let's unpack this. I've always wanted to say that.
Now, we have a heavy audience, and we have a lot of military in our groups. We have a lot of military in our audience, of course, active and retired. So this was something that was a no-brainer back then, and it's a no-brainer now. So let's bring in Terry Franz. Terry Franz, the founder of Cars for Heroes, a.k.a. the Car Santa. Really big deal for us, and it has been for a long time. Now, Dex. All right, Terry, I just had to introduce you. How are you doing, Terry, and what is going on?
Yeah, I'm doing great. It's great to talk to you guys. Been looking forward to having a little conversation on what we're all about. Been looking forward to having a little conversation on what we're all about. Been looking forward to having a little conversation on what we're all about.
Well, wait a minute, Adam. Terry Franz is excited to tell you what he's all about. I thought you knew in the previous clips. I mean, you know all this information. I mean, it has been 3 years that you've been giving them money, right? But, oh, you know what? You must have studied really hard for this test, didn't you? Look at you, bless your heart.
And just becoming familiar with your program. And just becoming familiar with your program. And just becoming familiar with your program.
Okay, whoa, back the truck up. I thought you've been giving them money like for the last 3 years. Like in 2019, you did this fundraiser for them, right? 100%. 100% they were going to get, but he's the founder. He's the one that would collect this money. But he has no clue. Like he has no clue. What's going on? I'm a little confused with that, Adam. I think you didn't hit the books enough. I think you need a little bit more study. But okay, well let's just move on. So I'm a little confused right now. He doesn't know about you. Clearly, he doesn't know about you.
We need to know if there's a big YouTuber out there. I worked with them personally for like 5+ years, just dealing with them. And they have been promoting Cars for Heroes charity, saying that they were going to give you 100% of donations to you. he went on camera a few years or 2 years back and said that he didn't, or he said he paid you guys off. We called you guys or got information from you guys about 2 weeks after that, and you guys told us that no, you still never got nothing from him or whatever. And apparently you guys did reach out. A couple years, a year or something gone by, but again, there's a lot of things going on with this that's pretty big, so it takes time for things like this. We wanted to verify if you guys received any donations from Marfoogle News at all. At all.
Are you sure?
Part of this too is when you have that extra car or whatever else, you can go to that same website, carsforheroes.org, and you can go through the process to try to donate it. I believe people can also write that off if they are giving you something of use. If they're donating a car to charity, to a 501c, they can actually get some sort of tax break. So that's also good for them as well.
As a previous business owner, the way things work, as far as write-offs, when you say that for the last 3 years the money was stuck at the Teespring, that don't make no sense, because they won't take the hit on that money. Whoever has that money is going to have to claim it, which means they'll take the hit on it. And they're not going to do that. They're going to call you and say, hey, where do you want this to go? Or we're sending it back to you. So it's impossible for 3 years to go by, let alone 2 months. They won't even keep it that long. They would want to know where it's going. So the whole third party thing, that was a good try, good effort, but no, you're a little bit short there on the cupcake, okay? A little bit short on the frosting.
And just to confirm, so one of the reasons why we reached out to you is...
Okay, hold up a second. You just said, so one of the reasons we reached out to you was, so in 3 years, in 2019, you did a fundraiser for them. The money got stuck somewhere. They never got the money. And the reason you reached out to them was because it came to your attention. Well, Snap and Snaps called you out for being a thief and fraud. But that's why you reached out to them? Do you hear what you're saying? Does it, Dex, come on, you're the brains of the outfit here, okay? I mean, I know Adam, he's a couple Pepsi short of a six-pack, but you, come on. I mean, you were doing boardroom meetings, for goodness sakes. You sold a company for $300 million. Surely you could come up with something better than this. The reason you reached out to him? So in 3 years, you didn't call them to say, hey, we're going to do a fundraiser for you. Put my banner in front of your window. Put Marfoogletv on your website. We're doing this fundraiser for you. That never crossed your mind to call the people you're doing the fundraiser for? In 3 years? And it never crossed your mind to call them to see if they got the money? Like, do you hear what you're saying? It's cocky pop. It's BS. It's seriously? Dex, come on. You need to jump in here, okay? Because this isn't flying, man. This bird's going, it's about to crash into a window here. Dex, you managed to steal a company, a whole company, from a young man that started it from scratch on his own. But you didn't get away with it. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord you didn't get away with it. But I mean, that takes a lot of brains, So I heard through the grapevine that you didn't sell the company for $300 million. Probably wasn't that much, but I mean, Adam's got $6 million. So where do you get it? You got something for it. Anyway, y'all's story, it just ain't jiving. Ain't jiving. Nope.
Obviously, we did a fundraiser prior. The Fugel fam actually raised $718.
Okay, so when you're going to fabricate something, both parties should be on the same page, okay? But right now, you're somewhere in the front of the book, and this other guy, Terry France, is he's towards the end. Y'all ain't jiving, okay? So people, pay attention to the numbers. He just gave a $707 number, okay? Pay attention to this. Okay, in this next clip, it's only a few seconds long, but watch when he gives the dollar amount. Look at how he nods his head. He's letting people know that when he says that he ended up giving 1,057, he kind of does a head nod to let us know, or make the audience think, or let them know that he gave a little bit more. That's what that body language says. He kind of pauses and then says it, and does the nod to let people know that, yeah, I added to the fundraiser. Because he's always got to, make people know. He's always letting the left hand know what the right hand's doing, and the good Lord says, don't do that. You give and you keep your mouth shut. It ain't nobody's business but yours and the Father's. But just pay attention to his body, his movements.
We ended up chipping in, and total it was about $1,000.57. We ended up chipping in, and total it was about $1,000.57. We ended up chipping in, and total it was about $1,000.57.
So here Adam is saying that he gave 1,057, but what was donated was 700 something, right? So he put a few extra dollars to make it, 1,057. Okay, so pay attention to that number.
Just want to confirm that you got that. There was a question that eventually led us to even contacting you in the first place.
So here, Adam wants to make sure all the Fugel family, everyone watching his channel, hear what he's saying, that there was some confusion, that he wants to make sure that he got the money. And if you listen to him, what he's actually saying is, there's no confusion. Snafu Snaps called him out for fraud. Jason told West Virginia that they're frauding everybody and keeping the money. Dex and Lex all of a sudden go out there and take her to Disneyland. They have a lot of fun, and maybe a purse was padded. But when you're doing a fundraiser for somebody, you're going to tell them. They're going to know. In my business, I was a caterer. I catered many different types of events, from weddings to funerals to parties to cocktail parties, holiday, but you name it. Business luncheons, business dinners, huge ones. And if somebody was on a budget, or, they wanted a discount, I would tell them, okay, I'll give you a discount, but my business cards get laid out on my buffet in strategic points, not thrown all over, but my brochures, my business cards, and they're very elegantly done, so that it's not going to make the buffet table look trashy, because all of my buffet tables were very elegant and very beautiful, and thanks to my team. But if they wanted a discount, and this goes with any vendor, any company, if you want something from them, you're going to do something for them. So if I had a bride or a company that said, hey, this is our budget, and I tell them, well, this is how much it would be, but I'll tell you what, I'll do your budget, but I get to display my business cards and my brochures for people to pick up, because more than likely you get a few bookings from that party. And if they said no, well, then they pay the price. If they say yeah, well, then I got to advertise at their event. That goes with any company. So when you are doing, and don't give me no bull malarkey about, oh no, I was just going to give from my heart, I don't want nothing back in return. Don't even play that. Okay, don't even play that card. Okay, because your deck right now is full of jokers. All right. But what a lot of people would do, especially if they were going to do a long-term fundraising thing for a company, which sounds like what you and Terry France are talking about. One would tell him, we're going to do this. Can you put my name on your website? Can you put my name on your front window? Something like that. Okay? But you're not that far to be able to do that because you were scamming them. So now you're flying by the seat of your pants because nothing you're saying makes any sense at all. Not to anyone with 2 cents in the brain. Okay? 2 brain cells can figure this out.
Just want to confirm that you got that. There was a question that eventually led us to even contacting you in the first place to fix all that confusion.
In the clip you just saw, when he says the word confusion, he closes his eyes and shakes his head no. Because he knows that there was no confusion. He's lying. So watch the clip again.
Just want to confirm that you got that. There was a question that eventually led us to even contacting you in the first place to fix all that confusion. Are you to fix all that confusion? Are you to fix all that confusion? Are you guys all good and squared up, and we're good to move forward and do for future projects with you?
So in the clip you just saw, Adam is shaking his head up and down, left and right, yes and no, all over the place, because and he's nervous when he talks. Listen to the way he talks at this one particular point in this one little clip, because he's trying to fix his wrong.
Guys all good and squared up, and we're good to move forward and do for future projects with you?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I've been doing this for a long time. Sometimes there's some confusion, and I think what it was is you guys had some hard time figuring out how to get it to me.
So in this clip, you see Adam, he puts his ear to the mic because he really wants to hear the answer that he wants to hear. And as Terry France starts to talk, it starts to ease it starts to ease him inside, because he sits back like, oh, thank God, you know. And then he gets his drink, and he takes a drink, and you can look at he's sweating. He's sweating his butt off. He's nervous. He's, you know, this is the pivotal point that he needs to get this point across to everybody. And when Terry France tells him what he wants to hear, what he needs to hear to counter Snafu's claim, it's like Terry saved him, but he didn't, because he's lying.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I've been doing this for a long time. Sometimes there's some confusion, and I think what it was is you guys had some hard time figuring out how to get it to me, and you contacted me. Everything was good. It's all self-explanatory.
So in this clip you just saw, Terry France is easing Adam. Adam sits up and puts his drink down, and he has kind of like a smirk on his face, not like I got you kind of smirk, but it's more like a, you know, satisfied kind of smirk. And just look at his body movement, like, okay, we're good. Terry saved me, we're good. But he didn't save you.
And you contacted me. Everything was good. It's all self-explanatory. I've heard things out there where people said somebody was scamming somebody, and this is not true.
So here, Terry's continuing the lie. You can hear him when he says that, oh, I've heard somewhere out there. Why would he even bring it up? If this is legit and this really happened, it's really true, what's the point of bringing it up? Why would he even give credence to it? Because Adam needs his name cleared. And Terry France is lying. He heard somewhere something out there. Really? Somewhere out there?
I've heard things out there where people said somebody was scamming somebody, and this is not true. I've heard things out there where people said somebody was scamming somebody, and this is not true.
Somewhere out there. We wanted to verify if you guys received any donations from Marfoogle News at all. We did not. With what you need to know. Okay, I'll put something together and email it back to you. Okay, by the way. My name is Terry France. I'm the founder of Cars for You. Oh my goodness, it's such a pleasure. This is amazing, actually.
I've heard things out there where people said somebody was scamming somebody, and this is not true.
So when Terry France answers and says, "This is not true," I clearly hear orchestrated, planned, etc. Now, if this was not true, well, let me just say, when people started calling Terry to find out if this was fraud or not, and people were texting and emailing him, he was defending the fraud as opposed to defending that it took place. For instance, people are, asking for, show us receipts, show us the money donated, show us when it was donated, and all of this. And at first, when Snafu was talking to him, he was all about it. You know, I've got attorneys, and I know these military people, and I'm, you know, I'm right hand man to the attorney general here in Kansas City, and I'll get my lawyers on it, and blah blah blah. But after Adam took that 3-day trip and put Terry Fance on the show, on this show that you're hearing now, you can see emails and text messages from people that are asking the questions to him. That's what Dex says, right? Ask the question or the questions. What's he saying? He's telling the people asking the questions, I will get my attorneys and I will, come after you or what have you. So why, Terry? Answer me that. Why would you, in the beginning, say that you would get the attorneys to go after Adam for fraud? But now you're saying that there's no, after Adam paid you a little visit or called or whatever it was, but now you're saying that you will go after anyone questioning it any further. Do you see the lie? Do you see what's going on here? Shame on you, Terry France. Shame on you.
We wanted to verify if you guys received any donations from Marfoogle News at all. We did not. With what you are, you need to know. Okay, well, I'll put something together and email it back to you. Okay, by the way. My name is Terry France. I'm the founder of Grocery. Oh my goodness, it's such a pleasure. This is amazing, actually.
Now y'all do the math. Does 2 and 2 equal 4? Terry France is lying. He heard somewhere out there. No. He got a phone call from Snafu Snaps. They talked, for a few minutes. And there's more to the conversation. You heard it. But he's lying. He talked to Snafu. He said no, in 3 years they never got anything. It's more in detail in the audio. But a year ago, they contacted Terry France's company, and whoever they talked to back then said they didn't get any money. So when Snafu called again this time, they said no, they didn't get any money. So he's clearly covering, because why? I think we all know, right? I don't know. My 2 and 2 make 4. Adams makes 7. I don't know. Just saying.
I've been doing this for a long time. In fact, what it did is let us having a conversation. When you contacted me, I got all the money, and now we're looking at doing some things in the future that the two of us can combine our efforts and help some more heroes. So we're kind of excited that it all came out this way, and it's all good on our end.
Well, luckily it was stuck in the third party. So
Adam, explain to me, in your world where you get money held up in a third party when there was never a first party established. How does that work in your world? Because in my world, you have to set up the fundraiser first, and then it could possibly get hung up where? Because it goes to them, to the party. It would have got stuck with Terry. But you never set up a fundraiser. It was going into your bank account. You and Dex spent the money. You stole the money. You kept the money. And when Snafu called you out, now y'all are trying to fix things. And I don't know if Terry had a price, but if he did, I hope it was worth it, because you're going to pay tenfold in hell.
that was the main thing back then. When we did that prior fundraiser, we did 50% of the proceeds through the third party, and that had no issue. But when you do 100%, apparently there was something there that didn't go through. So
How could you be so sure?
it had actually sat there. So I'm glad that everything was good. In fact, negativity brought us into a positive space, and I actually this is really, really amazing.
No, Adam. No, negativity did not bring you into a positive space. You've used that line before, and that's a crock of crap. It did not bring you into a positive space. You and Terry agreed on something. You, when Snafu Snaps showed the charity fraud, all of a sudden you had to go do a video for a friend. Since when are you a videographer? Oh, I did it in high school. No. I'm talking about now. You've been doing this show, at best, walking to a FEMA camp or a gated area or whatever. You've walked the streets a couple of times, but other than that, when have you gone to do a side hustle with a video camera? You told me you did construction on the side, which is a lie. You and Dex don't have outside jobs. This is your job. You've made a ton of money on it, $6 million, which, hey, bully for you. This isn't about none of that. This isn't about, trying to take you off the air, nothing like that. It is about you telling the truth. So negativity did not bring you into a positive space. Negativity and negativity, or liar upon liar agreement, got your ass out of prison, is what it did. I don't know what it cost you. I'd like to know. I'd like to know. But I don't think we'll ever get that number unless there's a big audit. Because the one thing I do know about the human race is that people talk. They always talk. Always. Nobody is going to go down for somebody else. So they will think that person off in a hot minute. So keep that in mind.
And I'm looking forward to working with you in the future, and I'm super glad that we could, move forward and basically get something going.
Well, the videos on me just said they sold some t-shirts. That's all it is. It's not a big deal because I focus on helping the next veteran, and I don't worry about the next veteran. They're getting ripped out. If I just scammer. Well, I know, but this is on a huge. This guy's scamming veterans every day, brother. Well, do you think I should go out and take up your cause and stop doing what I'm doing? No, that's why I asked if we. I was hoping we could understand what my importance is. Okay, what states are you filing in? What states are you filing in? I'm not going to file anything until there's a case. You actually told us. You actually said you were going to file in the state of Washington, Seattle, and Kansas. File everywhere that you're going to file, but I can find better ways of doing it. If you've got something of more importance than somebody sold some shirts and didn't give me the proceeds.
And what is the truth today? Tell the truth. Let's get back to justice.
So before Terry France heard from Adam, he was all about it. He knew it was about t-shirts. He knew it was from 3 years ago. It was a big deal then. Oh, he's going to get him. He knew everybody. He knew the Attorney General and personal friend. He knew lots of lawyers and lots of people in the military. And Adam pays him a visit. 3 days later, he's on Adam's show. And when Snafu contacts him again, he's, oh, you want me to take up your cause? And, now he don't care about the veterans. Now it's like, if that don't sound like a padded pocket, I don't know what does. I mean, it was just a few t-shirts I didn't get money for. Well, you were all about it before Adam visited you, weren't you? It's just comical. It's just freaking comical, man. These jokers, where do they get their ethics? Where do they get their morals and their standard of humanity?
What's the name of this thing? Okay, my name or the email? No, that's the guy who's Marfoogle, Marfoogle, News.
As you can clearly hear, Terry France doesn't even know the name Marfoogle, let alone the charity. Okay, let's just make that clear.
So you want me to state that we have not received any money from this organization? Yeah, at all, up to this day.
So the story, from what I'm understanding, that Terry France is trying to spin is that Snafu took advantage of him or manipulated him into writing that statement that he never received any funds.
Where are these guys out of? Okay, so they're out of Seattle, but like I said, his right-hand man lives in Georgia, and his right-hand man is pretty connected, like big tech. This is a very deep thing to where we're going to bring this to senators and Congress, and like we're going to go about the right way. He's scamming so many of you veteran charities, it's not even funny. And we will need backup from companies like you once we get everything and the big hitters lined up to show you guys exactly what's up. You guys are just a victim like everyone else, all of us. You guys are just a victim of stuff. The reason I ask is, I'm very well connected with military, obviously. Yep. And he's taking advantage of it. One of my biggest supporters is about to be the Attorney General of the state of Kansas. Well, my name is Matthew Sims, and I can give you my personal phone number, and I will. What is your name, sir, by the way? My name is Terry France. I'm the founder of Grocery. Oh, my.
Now, did you just hear Terry France? I'm very well connected, and he talks about military, and he's good friends with the Attorney General of Kansas because he's, do you hear him busting his buttons off his shirt, just bragging?
Goodness, it's such a pleasure. This is amazing, actually. Yeah, because this is what we're doing. We're standing up for companies like yours and all the other companies, and then all the people who've been hurt by this guy. And yeah, I think once we get a professional package done, I'm going to reach out to you, or we might reach out to you if that's okay. Because I'm very well connected with an awful lot of people that goes everything from legal people to, I've been on NBC, ABC, CBS, History Channel, BYU Channel, all kinds of shows. So we don't have a lot of media contacts. Okay, this guy is.
And again, here's where Terry France is busting his buttons about. He's been on NBC and CBS and all these other channels, and he knows these people and that person. And okay, he's just busting his buttons, but he does it again in a text message to one of the people questioning him, and he talks about how he's connected and everything, but against Snafu's group, right? So just showing you Terry's character.
First when he started taking advantage of that, we started catching on to what he was doing. So, yeah, you guys are actually like one of our biggest. If we received any money from him, I would be the first one that would know. Yeah, Marfoogletv, and he promoted you guys to me. Yeah.
So as you can clearly hear, Terry France says that he would have known if money came in because everything comes to him. If Adam was donating anything for the last 3 years, it would have came to him. And he clearly heard Snafu say that it was for t-shirts, the Mafia t-shirts.
It should have been for the Mafia t-shirts, as he called it. The Mafia t-shirts. We got footage for months and months and months. So, I'll send you all this, sir.
What is justice? What is the intention of justice? The intention of justice is to see that the guilty people are proven guilty and that the innocent are freed.
What about the people that donated to the charity? 4 years ago. It's 4 years ago. It's 3 years, actually. The statute of limitations still doesn't matter. It's still illegal. I understand you have a mission. I wasn't harmed in this. They got some money that they said was going to go to me. Okay. I didn't put out the efforts. I didn't put out any shirts. I didn't put out any money. Okay, well, they just didn't give me and they scammed it. They got something. Listen to me. I don't know if they got $10 or $10,000. Oh, it's more than $10. How can I make that? How can I make it important? It's more than $10. Okay. Tell me how much it was. Okay, well, that's what I'm saying. We need to get this legalized on it. No, we don't. No, we don't. You don't go to a gunfight without loading the gun with bullets if you don't have any bullets. Well, no, I totally get it. Guns are bullets. Well,
Dude, did you hear what you just said? You don't go to war without no bullets, or you don't whatever it was you said, whatever dumb remark it was. Seriously, think about what you said. It's been 3 years. You didn't even know the name Marfoogle until Matthew called you. Snafu Snaps called you and told you about it. And you were all about it. You were on it. No one's going to do that to you. And the minute you get a phone call or a visit from Adam, all of a sudden your tune changes. You must be you know what? You sound like you could be Adam's dad, because apple don't fall far from the tree. Do you even hear what you are saying? Any of you? You sound so moronic that it's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. How do you guys live with yourselves? With the way you treat people? And I don't give a damn how many cars you gave away. Still a penny, still $1,000. It's still theft. Okay? In the eyes of the Father, it's still theft. Oh, wait a minute. You probably don't even believe in the Father. None of y'all do. Y'all Luciferian. Nobody that believes in the Father would do these acts, would do anything like this stuff. You could still back out, Terry. You have a chance to back out of this and just say, well, I didn't hear both sides completely. I'm out of here. I don't have nothing to do with nothing. You could do that, but you won't, because, well, I have a feeling a pocket was padded, but that's just my personal opinion, and I'm entitled to that. But I'll let everyone else judge for themselves by listening to this video. But if you can hear yourself, absolutely insane, absolutely just mind-boggling how you guys can do these things to people. Man, just sad, really sad.
I don't have time to waste on something that I don't know if it was over $10. I'll tell you right now, it's probably over hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Hundreds, if not thousands. Like, if not thousands. This guy reaches thousands of people every night. This probably is thousands of dollars that he has probably doesn't cut it in a court of law, my friend. No, but he has committed felony charity fraud on the donator, influencing the donator. And have been prosecuted if you got proof of that. Well, that's what we're trying to work with you to see what we can do. Have they contacted you? Just curious. That's what the news. Okay. Well, because like I said, there's a lot of things to this puzzle. So, well, I mean, if you can do that at least for us, that would help. A video statement, basically just saying, yeah, that's yeah, there's usually something that proves that they have done something illegal. But you're right.
All right, so before we do get started, I do want to address something. A lot of people, well, I should say a few people have commented about something that has been gone around. Some people were asking questions, and actually it was brought to our attention by one of our mods, Ilea, actually, and she pointed out that some folks were asking questions about a previous fundraiser that we did all the way back in 2019. It was a month-long period when we actually did a fundraiser. After a finished fundraiser for somebody else, we did one for Cars for Hero.
Yeah, no, Adam, it wasn't just a few random people. Your mods, your old mods, the ones that you were dirty to. And Snafu Snaps, it was your bull, okay? We're asking the questions. And as far as Ilea coming and telling you information, yeah, she's now your bull instead of Snafu Snaps. She goes around and takes little screenshots of everybody like a little tattletale. Now that's how you work. That's what you had all of us do. Go around taking snapshots of what everybody's saying about you, because you're so dang paranoid about your dang little news channel. I've never met a human being like you. It's so disturbing.
We are still doing the charity drive on the Marfia shirts. 100% since day one of these shirts is gone. The profit has gone to Cars for Heroes.
Wait, what? What was that? What did I just hear?
We are still doing the charity drive on the Marfia shirts. 100% since day one of these shirts is gone. The profit has gone to Cars for Heroes.
Somebody tell me I'm hearing things. Somebody tell me I did not just hear Adam, aka Marv Christopher, say that 100% has gone to Cars for Heroes. This is back in 2019, y'all. And it wasn't no month long. I don't know where you learned. Well, I know they're dumbing down the schools and all that, so maybe you got caught up in that mess. But September 19th, all the way through December 6th, that don't calculate no month to me. So I don't know what math you're doing. I don't know what calendar you're using, but because you're still, I consider you a millennial, I will give you a little bit of latitude on that one. But dude, you need to go back to school because you can't add.
We are still doing the charity drive on the Marfia shirts. 100% since day one of these shirts is gone. The profit has gone to Cars for Heroes.
You know, $700 and some odd is something that might fix 2 cars, maybe 3 cars for us.
Okay, so now let's talk about the numbers I've been telling you to remember. $700 and some odd, Terry Francis. It was 718, I think, from what Adam said. But listen to this, and I'll get back at you.
Obviously, you know, we did a fundraiser prior. The Fugel fam actually raised $718.
You know, $700 and some odd is...
Okay, did you catch that? Let me play it one more time.
You know, we did a fundraiser prior. The Fugel fam actually raised $718. You know, we did a fundraiser prior. The Fugel fam actually raised $718. You know, we did a fundraiser prior. The Fugel fam actually raised $718.
You know, $700 and some odd is... You know, $700 and some odd is...
Okay, you can go and watch the original clip, okay? Because I didn't take anything out of context. Adam says they did a fundraiser prior to Cars for Heroes. They raised $718. Terry France corroborates the $700 and some odd, but later on he does, I say 1718, I believe. So if the fundraiser was prior, why are they giving the $718 to Terry if it was for a different charity? Because there was no money exchanged. They're lying. And that's where I caught Adam in the lie. He's lying. Flat out. They did a previous fundraiser. A prior fundraiser. And the Fugel fam raised $718. Never connected it with Cars for Heroes. If you watch the original clip, go back to his show and watch the original clip. It's the one with car doors or something, that light blue. He'll probably take it down, watch. But he specifically says, you know, we did a fundraiser prior and the Fugel fam made $718. So prior, he only did one supposedly for Cars for Heroes, but we know it was for him. That's why he shut mine down after a few weeks so he can make money. But that was it. That was it. So if he did the fundraiser prior, why are they giving that fundraiser money to Terry France? They're not. He went there, patted his pocket. I believe, in my opinion, patted his pocket. Terry France shut up, and then they said, "I don't know how much. I don't know what your cost was, Terry. I don't know what it was." But whatever it was, oh my goodness. This is the lie that I caught, that nobody else caught. Y'all hear that? Go listen to it again if you didn't, because they're lying.
You know, we did a fundraiser prior. The Fugel fam actually raised $718.
Wrong.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
How could you be so sure?
Objection, Your Honor. Can we clarify to the court whether the witness is stating opinion or fact?
This is your opinion?
It's a fact.
I find it hard to believe that this kind of information could be ascertained.
Would you like me to explain?
I would love to hear this.
So would I.
we did a fundraiser prior. The Fugel fam actually raised $718.
Is that it?
No, there's more.
700 some odd dollars is.
We ended up chipping in, and total it was about $1,000.57.
So, in your professional opinion, Miss Tomei, were they lying?
They what?
Thank you, Ms. Vito. No more questions. Thank you very, very much. You've been a lovely, lovely witness.
700 some odd dollars is something that might fix 2 cars, maybe 3 cars for us.
Okay, Adam, you got to help me out here because I'm no mathematician. However, I was quite good in math. I'm good with numbers. I can go into a restaurant supply store and think of 600 guests, and off the top of my head, I can figure out how much rice I might need, how many potatoes I might need, how much salad I'm going to need, and I was always pretty much dead on. So I'm fairly good with numbers. Not bragging, it's just, I'm just able to figure stuff out in my head without using a pen and paper. So in the clips we just heard, the Fugel fam raised just over 700 some odd dollars, but you donated 1,057. But then Terry France doesn't cooperate with what you're saying. He's saying it's always nice to get 700 some odd dollars. We could fix 2 or 3 cars with that. Where's the other money? Between 7 something odd dollars to 1157. Where's the money there? Here's what I think happened. I think you gave him the money that was raised, if that was even the correct amount. But hey, let's just give you the benefit of the doubt, okay? Let's just believe you for a moment that that's all the Fugel family raised, was 700 and something odd dollars. You gave that to him, said, here's our donation. And I don't think there was 1157 added. I think there was a thick envelope there. Yep, I think you and Dex felt it might be better to give him a real thick envelope, and because it makes sense when you look at the clip when Terry France is clearing your name and you take the drink of water, it's almost like you weren't sure, you weren't positive he was going to go with that storyline. And when he did, you were relieved because when you asked him to speak, he started talking, you had your ear to the microphone, and then you start to slump back in your chair with a breath of relief, and you grab your drink and you drink it, and you are sweating. You are like a hot potato. And then once he says what you needed him to say, he cleared your name, it was like you were saying, great, he took it. He took the gift. Let's call it a gift, okay? Because we all know what it is. He took the gift and he's going along with the storyline. I believe that's what happened. Let's listen to that one more time. Because Adam, if it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, it ain't no chicken. Okay?
And just to confirm, so one of the reasons why we reached out to you is obviously, we did a fundraiser prior. The Fugel fam actually raised $718. We ended up chipping in, and total it was about $1,000.57.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been doing this for a long time. Sometimes there's some confusion, and I think what it was is you guys had some hard time figuring out how to get it to me.
Obviously, we did a fundraiser prior. The Fugel fam actually raised $718. We ended up chipping in, and total it was about $1,000.57.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been doing this for a long time. Sometimes there's some confusion, and I think what it was is you guys had some hard time figuring out how to get it to me. 700 some odd dollars is something that might fix 2 cars, maybe 3 cars for us.
She doesn't have a motive. You know why? Because she's not lying. should go right to jail. If it's allowed to go free, then something really wrong is going on. Let's make a deal. Let's make a deal. You're supposed to stand for something. You're supposed to protect people. I just completed my opening statement.
Now, Adam, sweetheart, you heard the numbers. I get it. We're about to go into the 3 days of darkness, but right now we're still in the light, and we can still figure numbers out and think clearly. Y'all ain't jiving. You're not even in the same book. Now, you're reading Hansel and Gretel, and he's reading Moby Dick. Now, you can't raise a goat and have it give birth to chickens. That just don't happen, and that's what you're trying to do here. And none of it makes any sense. The scenario I laid out makes sense. You just need to come clean. Because, you see, Adam, negativity always brings us to a positive space, doesn't it?
This rabbit hole is just way too deep. Way too deep for normal.